Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Blueprint Podcast. Real people, real stories. Chasing dreams, overcoming obstacles. Come get inspired and take action. I know you ready. Let's go.
All right. Welcome back to the Entrepreneurial Blueprint. Super excited about today's guest. We have Julie from Cooper Scoopers, which is a pet-friendly franchise, and we are super excited to have you on. Thanks for joining us, Julie.
Thanks, Lester. I'm glad to be here and share more about this incredible emerging pet waste management brand.
That's right. That's right. I love this whole sector. It's just exploding when we're talking about pets and the entire industry. I mean, everyone obviously, I have a biased opinion. I have two large dogs, so pets are my kids. I have kids as well, but they are part of your family. So we like to include them on things in our everyday lives. And again, Cooper Scoopers, you guys are out of Virginia Beach, correct?
Yeah, so we just launched. We actually launched February 1st, and we have brought on 7 franchisees since then. So we have 7 trucks all over the nation right now. So we do have one in Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, and Hampton as well. So in kind of our Hampton Roads area, and then launching in Phoenix, Sioux Falls, Florida, Chattanooga. I mean, it's been a wild couple of months. I feel like I've lived a couple years the last couple of months launching this franchise, but it's been really exciting. The biggest thing I'm seeing is just the education portion of the harmful bacteria that's lingering in pet waste. And then the time it takes to clean it up. So it's an incredible service. And like you said, people think that their dogs are 100% a part of their family. So they want to make sure they have a safe place to hang out. So it's the education piece has been incredibly shocking to me as I've learned about the brand and pet waste, and then educating all of our customers and then our new franchisees that are joining.
That's awesome. First of all, congratulations too on getting out of the gate, as we like to call it. It's a tough thing to do, right? A lot of nerves, I'm sure, getting started off into this, and getting out at a nice pace from the beginning will always help your long-term success. So congratulations for that. But we like to start from the beginning here on the Entrepreneurial Blueprint to, get to know you a little bit more outside of, Cooper Scoopers and how you got your start and what really led you into this entrepreneurial journey. So what's your background? I mean, where'd you start and where'd you come from and how'd you get here?
Yeah. So I actually was in a completely opposite field. I was following into my mom's footsteps. So I was in the healthcare world. So I started nursing school and dropped out very quickly. And I actually started in healthcare management. So definitely had a leadership mindset from a very young age, and almost spent a decade in healthcare management, working in private doctors' offices specifically. And then I took on a really incredible role after that. My husband and I had a wild journey to become parents. We had some fertility issues, and we actually had a surrogate carry our children for us.
Okay.
So my break from a corporate world, then I like to call myself a project manager. I was our project manager for that entire journey. So the legal aspects and so many factors that come into play when you're asking another person to carry the most precious thing in your life. So that was my project management break from the corporate world, and led to 2 incredibly beautiful, healthy daughters. So blessed in our family journey. Family building journey is an understatement. And then, felt like I was glad to focus on that solely, but knew that like a stay-at-home mom was not fulfilling for me long term.
Okay.
So I was ready to get back into the corporate world, but because of so many insurance changes within healthcare, especially from the management side, it it was really draining to fight that for patients. And it's not something I can fix now. I can't go stand in front of Congress and say, hey, we got to fight for our patients. Maybe one day, but was not looking there at all. Like I didn't even search for a single job within healthcare.
Okay.
So had a couple connections, couple family members, friends reach out to. I wanted to make sure it was the right fit. You got to be careful when you're stepping into a position, you have a little one, and is this going to be the best work-life balance for me? And again, going into a completely different world. I knew healthcare for almost a decade. So I actually started with a fitness franchise.
Okay. So that was your first dip in toe
First
in the
dip back
water.
in.
It was franchise, but in the fitness space. What kind of what franchise was that?
Kickboxing.
Okay, very
A
cool.
kickboxing franchise. Everyone always would ask me to, or like, oh, you're kickboxing? Absolutely not. I had no form whatsoever. I did try it,
Yeah.
but I didn't have a ton of form. I'm better, with weights and my own time to get my workouts in. But yeah, was not a great kickboxer, but I was great operationally,
Yeah, that's right.
helping the franchise restructure a lot of things, operations manual and kind of helping from that aspect. And then I stayed with that company for quite a few years. I actually started, I was like, I'm just going to work part-time. Had an incredible leader that I was working with. And when you're in that kind of space where, you feel very motivated and you're around people where total growth mindset,
Yeah.
it makes you want it really, I mean, it's such a great culture fit to advance your business, but also people.
Sure.
So I thrive so much working with that leader, and she's now one of my absolute best friends still, even though we don't work together. So stayed in that, and then we were actually acquired by another brand.
Okay.
And I saw a lot of the writing on the wall that they wanted to kind of have a lot of their employees in office at the time. And their office, I'm located in Virginia Beach. Their office was in South Carolina. I was born and raised in Virginia Beach. My husband and I live in the house that he grew up in.
Okay. Wow. Nice.
So we didn't go very far.
Yeah.
Relocating is not an option for us.
Yeah.
Also with little ones, we need grandma's help always. Uh,
It takes a village. I got three girls myself, so I'm a girl dad.
3? How old are they?
12, 10, and 5.
Oh,
So
okay. So I have 2 girls, 7 and 2. So
okay.
prepare me for the 12-year-old step. I feel like we're inching closer to that. A lot
Yeah,
sooner.
I think the 12-year-old step is just really letting them figure themselves out a little bit and not try to tell them what to do too much. And we'll see what the next step is because that's what I'm fearful of. But this step is fun. But enough about me.
3 girls. That's incredible. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I saw the writing on the wall though. They definitely wanted people in office, and again, that's just relocation was not something that I was looking for. So I had some connections with Mr. John Hewitt, who's the CEO of Loyalty Brands. And funny enough, I had no connection directly with him professionally, but I did work for another for Liberty Tax back in high school. So worked an evening desk job. I always joke with everyone. I said, I think John puts a tracker on some of us, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'll find you professionally later on."
Yeah, John is an amazing individual. You can say John Hewitt, and many people know that name. But if you say Jackson Hewitt or Liberty Tax Services, I mean, they're like, of course, right?
Right.
So, pretty amazing individual. He's helped many of lives, including ours. But I would agree with you.
It is. It was such a good timing opportunity as well. And that was just a year ago. So I sat down and gave my background of what I was doing, for the previous franchise. Heavy operations, heavy with like franchise business coach and franchise support directly. And Zoom and Grumman was growing, and one of the fastest growing mobile pet grooming franchise. So I joined the Zoom and Grumman team a little over a year ago, and incredible business, incredible team there at Zoom and Grumman. grew a lot even in that short time that I was there. But was still looking for another opportunity to grow and really dig into the franchise world. So was always vocalizing that if there was an opportunity, and sat down with John. I think it was the first time, may have been October, November, and he said, "Hey, I want you to launch a pet waste management company." He actually always says a poop scooping company.
Oops,
And I was like, what, a franchise for
yeah.
poop scooping? I was like, nah, I can't get behind that. I don't know. I don't know. So then I'm like, what? This is a franchise? So start doing some research, go home, talk to my husband. And sure enough, the next day I said, all right, tell me a little bit more about it.
Sure.
And so stepped into the role as president of Cooper Scoopers on December 23rd.
So
And
you
again,
stepped in poop on December 23rd.
stepped in poop on December 23rd and launch very quickly. Again, incredible resources at Loyalty Brands. So being under that parent company is just, as long as you're tapping into it, it can really excel your business. We have over 400 years of franchising experience with all of our team, between all of our team. So it's such a great opportunity for us as franchisors, but also for our franchisees to have that kind of support and knowledge and, manpower.
Sure.
So being able to bring it to life and launch so quickly, being able to share it, again, having the amount of people that have been exposed to Loyalty Brands and John Hewitt. So having 7 franchisees within that 2-month period is wild and exciting and exhausting also. It's not all sunshine and rainbows.
Yep. Everyone thinks, right? The CEO, you're just having fun. You're just showing up and taking numbers, but it's that grind, right? It's
right.
it's those 18-hour days and all that stuff. But it's all worth it as long as you have, I think, big personal goals. So maybe we'll go into that a little bit because we do know business goals drive personal goals.
Absolutely.
But was that something that you took a look at? Well, let's go back to the kickboxing franchise. I mean, you wanted more. I mean, it seems like you had, the family in place, you had the kids, you needed something a little bit more, but was it personal goals that drove you into franchising in the beginning to say, I want to leave a legacy and something behind for my children?
Absolutely. Having we live in an expensive world. Nothing is going to get cheaper, but being able to pass off something to our girls is definitely a number one personal goal for us. Pass off something for them to grow within, not dollars. That's
Sure.
not what we're talking about. I really want to give them some sort of business model where they can become successful within themselves, versus, making, everyone else money at the end of the day. That and vacations. I would say those are our 2 biggest personal goals. We love to travel as a family, even if it's a long camping trip weekend.
Right.
But being able to have that flexibility to give them those experiences. I grew up, we didn't have a ton of money growing up. But we always, I never had brand name clothes like all the girls in middle school. I'm like, I just really want this, these brand name shoes. My mom's like, absolutely not. 1, you're going to ruin them. 2, you're going to grow out of them in a week. But the experiences that my parents gave me, like looking back on my childhood, I never look at what I didn't have from a materialistic standpoint. It was the experiences that my parents were able to give us and the memories that we created together. And I think I look at that a lot more now because we are we're such a digital world and we always have a screen in front of our face. So I think I want to also try and recreate that more for the girls as we do travel to be unplugged a little bit.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, those are my personal goals as well as my girls and the family and whatnot. So I can definitely relate. And I'm going to tell you what, I thought about it time after time because, again, I have 2 larger dogs. So I have to go. I'm the one that goes out and cleans up the yard.
What kind of dogs are they?
I have a golden retriever and a Bernese mountain dog. Yeah.
I'm,
So
I'm sure you just have piles everywhere in your backyard.
the worst part of my week, and I talk to myself a lot while I'm doing it, and I hate it up and down, but I love my dogs, is that part of the week, right? And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, because Cooper Scoopers I just found out about probably about 2 months ago, and I'm like, wow, like I might want to be a franchisee of a Cooper Scoopers, and then have the kid, like, build something for the kids to then be able to do even at an
Right.
early age. I think they can get involved, just the
Absolutely.
economics and the entire thing. So is that something that you see could be a possibility, where you're going to have a lot of franchisees that are building this for their kids to get integrated and learn while they're growing up?
Absolutely. We are even seeing what we're seeing more of a trend in is parents specifically buying a franchise for their children.
Right.
College students. I've coached college students. They're sitting in their dorm rooms and they're running a franchise that their parents purchased for them.
Amazing.
So it's not here's this big wedding maybe anymore. It's hey, here's a little bit money for this wedding. Let's do a vacation. But actually, I'm going to buy this business for you. We're going to, obviously I'm going to be a mentor for you, but I want to see you work it. And it's an incredible opportunity for these kids, especially if they do have other goals, to be able to create that additional revenue for themselves. Again, in college, right? Potentially leaving college, being able to pay their debts off, and then having a business and that additional revenue. Now, from a younger age, at 100%, being able to, hey, this is how I'm managing my team. I mean, your 12-year-old could sit in on, maybe an employee training call. How do you talk to people? Those are just tools that I don't know if we're seeing as much in school, right? We don't get that hands-on learning opportunity. So I'd love to see your daughter on a Cooper Scoopers training call, learning all about the business, right?
I'm getting closer. I promise you I am. I've been thinking about it for some time, and my kids have that entrepreneurial spirit, and I do believe that you know we have to teach them in other ways just outside of school for them to be able to survive. As you said, things are only getting more expensive, so the earlier we can get them integrated and understanding the value of a dollar and data and managing people, I think the better off they're going to be long term. So, and then from a marketing aspect too, right? Like, it's such a great marketing tool. If all three of my girls and the dogs and the whole nine, like, come on, that's what's going to sell as well. And networking and all that kind of stuff, getting them involved at an early age. I think this is an amazing opportunity to do that for a family and a business.
And
Also,
leaning into the public health matter when it comes to pet waste, that's something we don't think about. So Cooper Scoopers, not only our franchisees, not only are they going to remove the waste, but we have a deodorization and sanitation add-on as well. You have lingering E. coli and salmonella, and it's warming up, and we're all want to be outside. I have a 2-year-old who will just roll in the grass for 45 minutes. We're playing bubbles, and she's like, "I'm cool over here. Just let me, linger." But I need to make sure that the place that she is enjoying is very safe. And you have 2 dogs. You want to make sure that if there is lingering bacteria from one pet, you don't want that to transfer over to the other pet. So adding on that deodorization and sanitation factor is huge when it comes to the safety of our children and the areas that we want to enjoy. Even our commercial customers, we offer that as well. So if you do have a large apartment complex and you have a fence and dog run where a lot of dogs are sometimes you got 20 dogs in there. So being able to deodorize and sanitize that space, again, for the safety of your pets, when we're servicing that area is super important. So the education piece there, from a public health standpoint, has just been mind blowing.
yeah, no, I love it, and I'm very adamant about getting that stuff up. So, I mean, for me, I think my household understands if something's out of place, I got to fix it. So,
Right.
especially when we hang out in the backyard a lot, so I need that stuff picked up. So, but I am getting a little bit tired of doing it, so I think it's time. A Cooper Scoopers in Hillsborough, New Jersey. We'll figure
There
that
you go. You launch it and your employee comes and you got a clean yard every week.
That's it. That's it. What other? I mean, this seems like a nice bolt-on franchise as well. Again, I love the pet space because it's evolving and it's booming. But like, are there other kind of like? I think this is a perfect one for Zoom and Grooming to add on to, right? Is that how?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, we want to be the loyalty brands as a whole. We want to be your go-to for all of your pet care needs. So our Zoom and Grooming franchisees, absolutely an incredible add-on for them. They're already servicing these households. 67% of households own a pet,
Yep.
one pet. Over 50% of those households have dogs. So the majority of your households that you're servicing as a Zoom and Grooming franchisee, or if even our other brand, Salty Dog, their dogs are going in their backyards, right? And that's just potentially one dog. So if you're servicing a home that has multiple dogs, that is a service that they need. Not only are those pet parents going to get time back, they're getting the security of our technicians. All of our technicians are background checked. So they're getting the security of somebody who's entering their backyard, cleaning up the waste, making sure it's deodorized and sanitized if that's what our customers want to add on. And again, the biggest thing is the time back. Some of our pet parents are spending up to an hour a week. And then if you forget, you're hosting people, somebody walks in your backyard, oh crap. Literally. Should have called Keepers Scoopers.
That's right. That's right. Amazing. Now, I know you spoke about technology evolving. We're always in front of screens. I mean, I would have to imagine there's a technology footprint with this as well.
Absolutely. We have an incredible application that our technicians will use for route optimization. So especially as you're growing your brand, you may have an add-on here and there. You may have, somebody sees your truck in the neighborhood, the neighbor's outside. Hey, Lester, get over here. I've got a, German Shepherd. Can you come clean my yard? So we have the route optimization tool for our technicians to make sure that they are successfully servicing our customers, but also making sure that time management is in place when it comes to what their day-to-day looks like. And then additional technology and I would say more of eco-friendly innovations. Mm-hmm. That's something we really are looking at, making sure we are disposing of the waste properly. Again, 50% of households own a dog now. We're seeing the pet industry double in the next 3 to 4 years, not 10 years. The pet industry is just growing astronomically. People are having dogs and not kids in some, cases, right?
Right.
But we're constantly busy. We are, again, trying to, have enough money to meet the economic growth that's consistently happening. So we are busy, but our pets are still our number one priority. So being able to give that time back and the convenience of Keepers Scoopers coming to their home. So making sure that we are choosing eco-friendly innovations of disposal as pet parent ownership continues to grow is top of mind for us as a business.
Very good. And what type of what qualities, like if I'm looking to buy into a franchise, what qualities would you look for me to be a great candidate for Keepers Scoopers?
Yeah, so definitely somebody who is involved in your community, somebody who is great at relationship building. We have a huge focus on our commercial customers as well. And when you're looking at those commercial customers, once you've established that kind of residential aspect, once you're looking at those commercial customers, a lot of that is relationship building. And then the community involvement is giving back. That is a great visibility for your residential and commercial customers. We want to make sure that if there's a park cleanup day, we want to make sure Keepers Scoopers there because again, eco-friendly and our eco-conscious responsibilities are a part of our mission and values here at Keepers Scoopers. So it's super important.
Very good. All right. No, I think that was great. I mean, again, I've been, and it's not just me. I mean, there's other people in the CR3 franchise too that have been talking about potentially getting one. So I think that was That was great. I love the background and where you're headed. You got out of the gate as far as the start. Where do you see Cooper Scoopers in, let's say, 5 years from now? What's the goal?
Let's have 300 trucks on the road, more, even more. The biggest thing is we want to be an industry leader. We want to be the go-to brand when anyone thinks of pet waste management solutions. We want to continue to expand in potential offerings when it comes to making sure that their backyard or their commercial property parks are clean and safe place. So really, having a national presence and also education. Again, our waterways are affected by pet waste. So if we are educating our population on, hey, let's all save the planet, let's all use Cooper Scoopers. I think that's the big picture there when it comes to protecting our planet, giving back, and making sure that we have a safe place.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, we're running out of time here. I wish we had another hour to go on with this, but how can we find you? Where do we go for Cooper Scoopers?
Awesome. Yeah. So cooperscoopers.com. You'll find all the information. All of our locations are listed there. Again, educational opportunities. And then if you're looking for franchise opportunities, it's right at the top of the page. Submit your information, have a quick chat with us so you can find out more information about bringing Cooper Scoopers to your territory.
Outstanding. And last but not least, we like every guest at the end of the podcast. If you could leave one bit of advice to anyone, not just Cooper Scoopers, but if you're looking to jump into an entrepreneurial position or a franchise or a leadership position, what would you leave them with?
Well, as a busy mom and president of two girls and then of 7 franchisees right now, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. So make sure you manage and use your time wisely.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us today.
Appreciate
We'll check in on you hopefully in the next 6 months to see where you're at by then, and we'd love to have you on again.
Awesome. Thanks, Lester. Have a wonderful day.
Absolutely. Thanks, Julie.